brackets for the 2021 Bourbon Tournament.
To go to the Final Four.
To go to the Final Four.
Today, we have Wild Turkey Rare Breed against Jim Beam Black. Angel's Envy against Maker's Mark. I like all of them.
They're all good. I mean, we didn't pick a bad bourbon for our first tournament. That is an opportunity, though. We do want to hear from you in the comments. Are there other bourbons that we should have considered? But this is our last round before we get to the Final Four. Should we get right to it?
Get right to it. All right. Fourth bracket, first round.
The Wild Turkey Rare Breed versus the Jim Beam Black.
1 and 4, you like to seed them out, but
I do like the seeds, and I feel like the rest of them, this time the 1 seed is really a heavy favorite. The Wild Turkey Rare Breed is really one of my favorite drinks.
It is great.
It's really good. I don't think Jim Beam's gonna.
Jim Beam's won a lot of awards, though.
We'll figure it out. Interestingly enough, a lot of times you can tell the difference between a more expensive bourbon just by color, but really pretty similar here.
Let's go away.
All right.
Very sweet smell.
That's really got a lot of flavor, a lot of spice. It's pretty sweet, but not overpowering. That's
good.
That's a great bourbon.
That is really good. And again, we're not sitting here going, "Oh, it's caramel mixed with."
No, I mean, are there some flavors? Sure,
there are. You can taste them, but it's not 40. It's not Dr. Pepper with 23 or 23.
Hey, not to say there's anything wrong with Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr. Pepper.
I love some Dr. Pepper. I, in comparison, do not love this bourbon. And again, on its own, maybe, but by itself, this is a little bit flat.
A is the winner.
It doesn't have a whole lot to
do. We agree?
We agree. A is the winner. Let's move along. Tell me that's the
Rare Breed.
Rare Breed. All right, there we go. Moving on to the next round.
Okay, second matchup.
Angel's Envy and Maker's Mark. You have a prediction?
No, I don't on this. I like both of them. I'm going to tell you, I've had them both. They're great. Maker's Mark has a lot of products. My favorite Maker's Mark product is the 46.
The 46 is a good bourbon.
46 I like. We're using the standard Maker's Mark here. Again, just because of stuff that's really accessible. And I think Angel's Envy, I've never had a problem finding Angel's Envy. It's good.
You know, there was a little
higher price
point. It was hard to find. And I have to say Angel's Envy price point has really gone up for us, at least.
I mean, Angel's Envy's price point. I mean, what we're talking here is a 2-3 matchup. Angel's Envy is about twice as much.
Yeah,
I usually pay 50 to 55 for a bottle of Angel's Envy.
Yeah.
Around 30 for a bottle of Maker's.
And full disclosure, I used to be a big fan of Angel's Envy 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. I don't know if it's the same product it used to be.
Yeah, you just changed. Is the product changed or you changed?
Maybe. Hard to know.
All right. Come on now.
Let's go.
Hey.
All right, so there's a little bit of spice at the very end.
Sweet.
A little bit of sweetness. It is
easy on the nose, easy down, not a big hug.
But there's not a lot to this. Whatever it is, it's compared to some of the other things we've been tasting, it's some of the other bourbons in the tournament.
I'd say this one.
It's not bad. No, nothing. Yeah,
no.
You're right.
Well, there are bad, but this ain't it.
Nothing in the tournament's bad. This one has a little bit more.
A little more spice, a little more hug.
A little more of a nutty flavor to it almost.
Mm-hmm. And I like that.
I have to say, I don't know if you want to like, but I'm going B. He's got to think about it.
And again, which one would I drink all night? B.
Right.
I'm with you, man.
Okay, we're together. It's the Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark.
You know, wheated bourbon moves on to the next round.
That, I wouldn't even call it an upset. It just is. It's not surprising to me, but I'm glad to see that $30 bourbon can beat a 55.
It is a little bit of an upset. You're right in terms of
just
seeding
in terms of
the
price point.
But you're right.
But here's what I'm gonna tell you: you can't go wrong behind it.
No.
But I have Maker's Mark has always been a go-to for me as far as, especially for cocktails.
It's a lot of people's favorite bourbon, so I'm not terribly surprised.
I'm not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. Championship of the 4th bracket: Wild Turkey Rare Breed versus Maker's Mark.
I mean,
I don't know what to say about it. It is a big proof difference again, because the Wild Turkey is 117. I mean, a 117 proof, that's not beginner whiskey.
You know, we tried to blind this as much as we can, but look, you can taste the difference between a 117 proof and a 80 proof.
Yeah, I mean, I think standard Makers is 80.
That being said, what's the goal of this? This is what would you rather drink, right? For us, this
it's 90.
This is all subjective. It's
90.
all like what we like, what we want, what we're deciding. So obviously, your opinions may vary.
Yeah, but we don't.
But this is what we like.
This is what we're drinking.
All
right, let's go. Hey, let's do it.
I can smell it. I'll smell it. Yeah.
Still, it's the sweet. It's sweet, but I can almost. Let's go. Come on.
Do we need to even?
No.
I mean, that's the thing, right?
We do. Better.
It's just better.
Look, I've had enough Maker's Mark in my life to know this is Maker's Mark.
That's Maker's Mark.
This is really a sweet tasting whiskey. It goes great on its own. It goes great in. It's my go-to for like an old fashioned, like a bourbon old fashioned. This is so good, I'm not gonna mess it up making an old fashioned.
So I do think that this brings an interesting point in that, like there are things like drinking this alone, and being a bourbon drinker is different than, say, like somebody who doesn't drink whiskey on the regular, right? Like someone who drinks whiskey on the regular may like that more because it's a simpler taste. It doesn't have the burn, the spice, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have as much to it.
And it depends on your mood too, man. You know, I'm not in the mood for the same whiskey every night.
Yeah,
that's why I got more than one. I mean, because sometimes I'm like, you know what? It's a summer night. It's hot. I don't want a real spicy hot whiskey. To me, that's perfect for the fall, winter type thing. This is great in the summer, even if you want to throw a splash of lemonade in there, sweeten it up as an old fashioned. Let's just see, because I think
this is Rare Breed.
This is the Rare Breed moves on.
Rare Breed moves on. That's the last contestant in our final 4. So
final 4, next episode, big matchups. Be sure to tune in, and remember, put your comments in, and
remember to hit that like button. Subscribe if you like, but also remember, bourbon is for drinking.
Bourbon is for drinking.
All right.